Today, we've got a bombshell of news you cannot miss if you're a die-hard fan of this team. Let's kick things off with a surprise that's going to blow your mind. The rookie kicker just made history, breaking a franchise record in his very first game. How did he do it? And what does this mean for the future of the Commanders? But wait, there's more. Our star running back had a performance that nobody saw coming. And trust me, this was the moment that sealed the win. Can he keep this pace up? Or was it a one-time deal? Don't move a muscle because I'm about to break down every explosive play that's got fans sitting on the edge of their seats. And as if that wasn't enough, we've got fresh insights from the team owner about a game-changing move, the future of the stadium's naming rights. I'm telling you, this is about way more than just a name. This could define a whole new era for the Commanders. Stay tuned, because every detail matters. And at the end, I want to hear your thoughts on this one. If you're a true Washington Commanders fan, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel. We're just getting started. And remember, hail to the Redskins. Let's get straight to it. I know you're just as fired up as I am about what just went down with the Washington Commanders. Let me ask you this. How is it possible for a team with a rookie quarterback, an offense that can't get into the end zone, and after cutting their kicker, still come out on top? I'll tell you this. What Austin Seibert did in his debut with the Commanders was historic. And I'm not exaggerating. Who else puts every point on the board for a team? I'll tell you, nobody, except this guy. 7 field goals, not 1, not 2, 7. Franchise record. Now let me ask you, how many of you felt confident when Seibert went out on the field? Because if you ask me, I wasn't too sure. But the man delivered and gave us the win. But hold up, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Yes, we won. But how is it possible to have the ball, move down the field, and not score a single touchdown? Come on. I get it. Jayden Daniels is a rookie. And sure, he got his first NFL win, great. But if you're driving the ball like we did against the Giants, you've got to finish the plays. You've got to get into the end zone. We can't rely on Seibert every week to put all the points on the board, because eventually, that luck is going to run out. And here's where I'm wondering. Is Quinn, in his return as head coach, putting too much pressure on this rookie? I'll say this, there's room for improvement, sure, but we need to start capitalizing on offense. And here's the thing that's got me thinking. What does this mean for the Commanders? I ask you, are we really seeing the full potential of this team? Because with Brian Robinson Jr. having a monster day in the backfield, that guy ran like he had the devil on his heels. And don't get me wrong, Austin Ekeler was out there doing his thing too. But if we don't turn those long plays into touchdowns, we're falling short. It's that simple. Now I ask you, what are your expectations for this team's future? Because I think if we adjust the offense with what we've already seen from our kicker and Robinson Jr., we could pull off some big surprises. But is it enough with what we've got? I'll leave that with you. Is Brian Robinson Jr. the key to the Commanders' success? I'll tell you this. After what we saw in that win, it's impossible not to think so. This guy isn't just meeting expectations, he's shattering them. And here's why. The Commanders had to make some major offensive changes after that disastrous 2023 season. And while Dan Quinn's work has been impressive, what's really putting this team back on the map is Robinson's breakout performance. Now, ask yourselves this. Who would have thought that Brian Robinson Jr., a running back who had already shown his quality in tough situations, would become the focal point of the offense? I believe it was the smartest move this team could make. Why? Because Robinson isn't just strong, he's explosive. 133 yards on 17 carries, averaging 7.8 yards per play. That's elite. Any team would love to have a guy like that in the backfield. And let me tell you, no matter how many blocks get broken or how often the offensive line falters inside the 20-yard line, Robinson keeps pushing. But I ask you, Commanders fans, is Robinson the missing piece to pull this team out of that abyss of 9 straight losses? I think we're seeing the beginning of something big. And it's not just his running ability, it's his vision, his balance, after contact, and his chemistry with Jayden Daniels. Daniels, who's still trying to establish himself in the NFL, has to be grateful to have Robinson there. Robinson is a relief for any rookie quarterback, and his ability to block passes when needed makes him a double threat. Dan Quinn knows what he's got in his hands. After that game, if anyone on the coaching staff had doubts about Robinson, those doubts are gone. This guy is the future. And you know who's behind this growth? Austin Eckler. Having a veteran like Eckler on the team is pure gold for Robinson. He's teaching him how to be a pro, how to stay focused, and that mix of youth and experience is exactly what the Commanders need right now. But now I'm asking you something important, and I want your answers. Do you think Robinson can maintain this level throughout the 17-game season? We know there will be ups and downs, and yes, the Commanders are rebuilding from the ground up. But if Robinson keeps dominating like this, the Commanders aren't just going to compete. They're going to win. Let me be clear. This was just the first chapter in Robinson's season, and what we saw is only the tip of the iceberg. If he can keep up this pace, the Commanders might turn their destiny around. But will he? Is he the player who can carry the team when things get tough? Because believe me, there will be challenging moments. All right, folks, let's cut to the chase. Today, we've got a hot topic that every Washington Commanders fan needs to know. What's up with the stadium? Why are they changing the name now? Here's the deal. The new owner, Josh Harris, is making his intentions crystal clear. He wants to reconnect with the city, with the heart of the DMV, and signing a naming rights deal with Northwest Federal Credit Union is his way of doing just that. Now, think about this. Northwest isn't just any financial institution. We're talking about an organization that's focused on improving our community, on helping the DMV grow. What better partner for the Commanders than a company that shares those same values? Harris called it a match made in heaven. And I think he's right. If you want to turn around a franchise that's been adrift for years, you've got to start from the roots, from what connects the team with its community. And to me, this is a decision that goes way beyond just a new name on the stadium. But I ask you, will this really change anything on the field? Because a stadium with a nice name doesn't mean much if the team isn't winning. Here's what I say. Harris is betting big on this new culture. It's not just a new name on the stadium, it's a new mindset, a new way of doing things. But here's the big question. Will it be enough? Will this move actually transform the Commanders into an elite team, or is it just another empty attempt to make fans feel like things are changing? And don't get me wrong, I love that the team is going back to its roots. This is a step in the right direction. But what I really want to see is how all of this plays out on the field. Jayden Daniels, our young QB, was the second overall pick, and he's got undeniable talent. Harris wants to build a winning culture around him, and this deal with Northwest is just part of the plan. I ask you, do you think we're seeing the start of something big, or just another spin on the wheel with no direction? Here's the real issue. Yes, this move is important for the community, and yes, it's a step to reshape the relationship with the fans. But at the end of the day, it's the results on the field that matter. What good is a stadium with a new name if the Commanders still can't make the playoffs? That's what we really want to see. Or not. I'll tell you this. Harris has made a lot of promises, talked about a new era, a stronger, more connected team, but we've heard promises before. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Seibert can keep this level up, or are we relying too much on his field goals? And what about Jayden Daniels? Are we seeing his potential, or is his inexperience holding us back? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is just getting started. And now, Commanders fans, I'm asking you directly. Does Brian Robinson Jr. have what it takes to be the next great running back for Washington? Can he sustain this pace throughout the season, or are we overestimating his ability? I want to hear what you think, so comment now. Finally, tell me, does this stadium naming rights deal with Northwest Federal Credit Union really mark a new era for the Commanders, or is it just another marketing ploy? Share your thoughts. I want to read them all. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Here, you'll always stay updated with the best opinions and analysis on the Commanders. My goal is to bring you the most important news for our Commanders community in a daily video. So join this community, which is more than just a channel. It's a family of passionate fans. Click subscribe, leave your comments, and let's live this season to the fullest together. And remember, hail to the Redskins.